Coach.
We ready or what?
Give me a quick check.
Check. We're good to go?
Are we not turning the lights off on this one?
Yeah, we got the lights and shit. Yeah.
Come on, yo.
Come on. Hey, we're learning, bro. Hey, we're learning, Rata. Yeah. Hey, dude. Where's my makeup girl? What the fuck? Go ahead. Where you at? You're the makeup expert.
I need a light.
What's that one
Just
funny dude that you watch with the
right
fucking? That one funny dude with the makeup. There you go. You see how she said, I don't watch him, but James Charles.
I don't watch
I didn't know the fucking name. Yeah, I didn't know that. Hey, the motherfucker's pretty. He's a pretty motherfucker, I'll tell you what.
That's how he makes his money.
Oh, we live?
Makes him living. Wait,
hey, check it out, 740. The Nobodies, hot off the mats, coming to you a quick little podcast. We want to give you guys an update on what's going on over here on our side, what's coming up locally too. And then also touch a little bit and elaborate a little bit on our last podcast where I talked a little bit about AI and that Brian Johnson on how he's basically spreading propaganda on how to utilize technology for maximal efficiency so that you could live forever. We talked a little bit about it, and it's something that I'm not only going to be talking about it, it's something that I'm actually going to be basing the business off of. You know,
longevity.
Well, not just longevity, just health and wellness. You know, we're involved in combat sports. Mm-hmm. I work with neurological and movement disorders. Mm-hmm. We work with fitness. We work with kids self-defense. We're going to set up to bring in Jacob Marquez, who is we created a curriculum, a father-son curriculum for him, and just kind of share that, you know, health and wellness for us is the ultimate goal. We stay healthy and we exercise to get the most we can out of our lives, right? Quality of life. You know, that's the whole point of it. All right. Yes, I understand that the fitness industry has created avenues for aesthetics and bodybuilding and, you know, the whole influencer thing, which is kind of funny. But us here at AlphaFit, we focus on the basics, the simple shit that everybody can utilize on a day-to-day basis and really should. And AI, the way I look at it is yes, it's evolving, it's advancing at a rapid pace. I mean, you got people on Capitol Hill, you know, fighting over it.
Are you for AI or against it?
I'm not against anything. But I feel that it has absolutely been detrimental to human development. You know, and I won't just keep it to the kids, because the kids are the obvious one. The kids with their faces on their screen all the time. I mean, that's some dumb shit. I mean, I can't even have conversations with some of these fucking teenagers. You know, but it's also affecting adults, man. It's affecting parents. It's affecting the way people effectively parent. Yeah. To where, you know, well, all the other kids have phones at a certain age, so I don't want to be a bad parent and I should give them a phone too. Well, technology, when not used responsibly, absolutely affects our health and our wellness. Absolutely. It affects our behaviors. It affects our psyche in a way that we don't even realize it, because we're not intelligent enough to realize it, because we constantly on a clip. Lisa, good job on that promo clip, on that reel that you sent out. I know I started, but the reel up? The clip was about the comment that Brian Johnson had made that we touched upon on the last podcast, about him saying that our minds are dead. Okay. You know, and I don't believe our minds are dead. I believe our minds are dormant, and dormant being used in the way of it's inactive. And I'm not talking about scrolling through reels or swiping on stuff. That's active, but it's active in a way that's being dictated by an algorithm, by AI. You know, so how do we develop our own conscious, mindful, present thoughts if all we're doing is constantly scrolling through shit that's being fed to us through algorithms?
Yeah, you get stuck on that cycle of dopamine because when you're scrolling through those things, it gives your brain that little rush. That
Big
little
time.
hit.
And
You
that,
stay on that. You
it's
want
an
more.
ingenious way. It's an ingenious way to start to creep into our minds.
But all of that, like that, had that overindulgence of that dopamine kind of also gives you a crash right after. So
Well, not only the biochemical effects of it, the application and behavioral effects of it. So you learn something on Google by reading it, right? And then you go out and you do your best to emulate and try it. And then you realize that when you actually have to put something into practice, it's maybe not as simple as these influencers or these gurus out there are telling you.
yeah,
You know, and I've been posting stuff on our stories, whether it's our Team Maquina, whether it's our Alpha Fit, or whether it's our Combat Maquina Instagram, because that's really all of my technological capabilities at this moment. But what I do is I'll post stuff out there where I take bits and pieces of this shit, but I don't live hardcore by none of this. I'm not a yogi. I'm not a Buddha. I'm not a guru. I'm none of that shit. I'm just
stuff. Do you like mostly post or share?
I'll share philosophical quotes from like Osho, maybe some stuff from like I've gone through stuff with like Jordan Peterson, you know.
Like some of the stuff. That
Some
makes sense.
Yeah, you know, again, I don't even keep the philosophers or the doctors or the psychologists. I don't even
Just
keep their
saying
minds.
Yeah, they're just saying things that you agree with.
Well, they're saying things that I've already been running parallel with for the
Makes
last
sense.
up 10 years.
Yeah.
I started my business, Alpha Fit. Honestly, it's about bringing people back to the beginning. The Alpha means the beginning of the Greek alphabet. You know, when I started Alpha Fit, there was literally, I believe, maybe one or two other Alpha Fits in this country. I started in 2014, and I believe there was one in Pennsylvania, and there was another one in Texas. I might have been the second or the third Alpha Fit ever created for fitness, right?
Yeah. One of the OGs.
Well,
there's a bunch of them.
Well, Alpha to me was not only building a better, stronger person, it was about teaching how to be a better, stronger person and going back to the beginning, just like the meaning of Alpha, which is the beginning of the Greek alphabet, the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And now I see there's so much alpha shit out there. Alpha male, alpha wolf, alpha dog, alpha this, alpha that. It's just a bunch of fucking garbage. Honestly, and the reason I know it's out there is because I've had to build my business from the ground up. So I'm trying to figure out how to market what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've realized is I'm not a marketing guy, but I don't know that I want to market anything the way shit is marketed out there. So it can be put in an algorithm and only sent to the people that think exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you don't want to market to just one demographic.
What we teach here is universal, to where we can apply it to anybody.
Even all the people that all of the people that come in here, they look all types of different ways, and they come from all different walks of life. We don't just have athletes, we don't just have kids, we don't just have older folks, not just women.
It's everybody and anybody that's willing.
So that makes sense.
Well, and then again, when shit gets confusing or you don't know something and then you want to learn more about it, all right, I believe we should go back to the fucking beginning.
Right.
And people ask, with the beginning of what? The beginning of what you don't know shit about. That's what. So if you don't really know how to take better care of yourself for better health and wellness, well, then go all the way back to the beginning and start to learn at your pace so that you can apply it to your balance, your life, to achieve the goals that you want.
And that kind of goes with the technology and AI stuff, because people now just want to pay some kind of money to
Thank
have
you.
something else do all of that for them.
Thank you. Which is
There's
where
no-
again, technology is a tool. It's artificial intelligence is exactly that. It's artificial. So why should something artificial teach something that's naturally organic anything?
Yeah.
You ain't teaching me shit. You're telling me a whole bunch of shit. There's a whole bunch of information out there. And it's out there because what you want to really do is you really want to confuse me. All right? And you want me to buy into this program that you have technologically computed to be optimal for a human being. Based off what?
Yeah.
Based off what?
You can
Bioanalytics and biometrics like that fucking Johnson guy?
you can take a topic and look it up and find like 100 articles on that topic, all with different things that they say.
Yeah, yeah. No, well, it was funny too, and I'll mention this. The last podcast we were talking about Brian Johnson and all the fucking shit that he goes through, which is excessive, okay, for longevity.
Yeah.
And then, like, no shit, a day later, and we posted the clip on our social media. It came out to where he was taking a fucking prescription drug for the last couple of years that was actually aging him. Hey, newsflash, people, check it out. This is how life works. Wait a second. You're older now. You've aged.
I am like 5 seconds.
So there's no getting out of this shit. The minute you're born, that's when the genetic strand of DNA,
Gift of life.
it's happening, man.
Yeah.
It's happening. That's why I posted a little reel today that I saw that it was very, again, I don't know who the fucking guy was. It just sounded good. And it was like, yeah, but this is how I fucking kind of live my life, right? Is it said that have you ever experienced the past?
Have I ever
Yeah,
experienced
or the future?
past?
Do you have any knowledge of the past? The past happened, right? You can't. There was no control over it,
Right.
right? And the future is unknown. There's no control over it,
Uh-huh.
correct?
Uh,
So do you really know anything about the past or the future?
I don't. I have just the perception of what I think happened. in
The
past,
think.
which are thoughts that I'm creating in my brain.
Thank you very much. And that's what the little story was about.
Okay.
It was saying that, wait a second,
That's-
we
yeah.
think about the past and we think about the future, but the reality is neither of them fucking happen. The only thing that's happening is right fucking now.
Yes.
You know, and that's honestly, Alpha Fit,
That's the lesson that you.
that's the foundation of what we teach here. Because how can we get anywhere unless we start doing shit about it right now?
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody to think that Alpha Fit is like, we're not CrossFit. We're not anything that you think we are. And I'm not a marketing whiz, so I can't convey that shit to you other than sit here in front of a camera and tell you the truth about what we do. And what we do is we pull that dog out of you. That person that doesn't want to acknowledge the shit that you need. All right. And then we start to slowly integrate things that you need, but you don't want. So it's this unpleasant process of accepting and confronting shitty. That's what Alpha Fit does. All right. But we do it in a way, don't be scared. Because if I have an 81-year-old man and 18-year-old kids, and we're all reaching them with a universal message of presence, mindfulness, self-awareness.
Yeah, that does make it tough to market because it's like, I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to you, but I'm also talking to you. But you can't just put this one fitness program because it's going to attract only one specific kind of people.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to attract any specific kind of person, man. I want people to come through that actually feel like they want to give themselves an opportunity to get the best out of themselves. And I'm not going to feed you no line of bullshit, but I'm going to show you the truth. All right. Even when I talk shit, I'm talking shit because it's funny and because, you know,
Because it's funny.
It's entertaining. You know, a lot of people out there talk shit and they're just running their mouths. Like,
Yeah,
attach
just
that
noise.
shit to something factual that is cemented in behavior and character
Mhm.
that can't really be hidden.
Mhm.
You know, and that's the thing is everything's constantly trying to be hidden behind messages and agendas and narratives. And that's what AI does, man. It controls the fucking narrative. And what we do here is we expose the narrative, whether it's in fitness, whether it's in the combat fight culture, whether it's in mindset.
Mhm.
Because
that's
I will test your fucking mind every
Very
step of the way
important
when
one
you
to
come
have.
in here. I don't give a shit how old you are.
Mhm.
We will test your mind every time you come in here.
Yep.
If you're an 8-year-old kid and you're learning self-defense, we're going to put you in here. And I think I made this comment of, you know, how about when you put somebody in a burning house? I metaphorically meant that in a way of, what about when you're in the shit and there's pressure on you? What
You react.
what out there prepares you for the pressure of real life, real combat,
Yeah.
real adversity,
Applying or putting yourself in pressure situations, stressful situations.
stressful situations? But here we approach it in a very controlled
Yeah, you're safe.
manner. You're safe, man.
safe.
You're safe. I got you. I can kind of see, you know, where you're at. I can see where you want to go, and you know, we're slowly building those blocks
Uh-huh.
to eventually, you know, bridge the gap of the distance of the goal that you want to achieve.
Yeah.
You know, and nothing here is about aesthetics. So if you want to come here and lose weight, dude, I'm going to tell you the fucking truth about losing weight, and you ain't going to like it. Straight up. If you come here and you want to fight, I'm going to tell you the truth about fucking fighting, and you're not going to like it because the shit is going to be abrasive and it's going to be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably going to be going and training here. And if you're the bottom of the totem pole as far as knowing what we know about combat sports and training, how we train, you're going to get your ass kicked. You're not going to fucking win. You're not going to win in here. But winning doesn't always mean you're learning. Right?
No.
So it isn't about winning,
Most of
man.
the time, it does the opposite to the ego.
It's about learning. So there again, AI gives us this ability to believe that we've learned something by having knowledge of it.
Makes us delusional.
It makes us delusional.
Mhm.
So burning house meaning that if you think you know so fucking much, but yet you haven't applied that shit yet, wait till you have to apply it. Then we'll find out if you really know it. And that's what we do here. We take everything back to the beginning. And that's where AI for us, it kind of gets in the way because it disrupts the human flow of what we're trying
Well,
to
it
create
almost
here.
acts like a safety net as well for people.
It's a crutch.
It's a crutch.
It's absolutely a
Uh-huh.
crutch. So we'll be delving deeper into this. You know, like I said, I want to have a member, a guest on that we were going to talk about. You know, he works in telecommunications and with technology and sales, and he's really good with technology and all this. He's also a real spiritual guy, and I wanted to bring him in and kind of talk about how the program's gone for him and how technology has kind of led him in an unhealtw direction.
Uh-huh.
And he's a young man. He's a young man, and he's got a beautiful family,
Uh-huh.
you know, and want to bring him on because what we do is universal. What that means is that it applies to anybody. It doesn't abrasively mesh with anything. Not our teachings and our philosophies. Our attitudes, if you say some stupid shit or if you challenge us with like a douchebag attitude,
Yeah.
we'll come at you a little aggressive and a little abrasive. But the reality is that's not what we teach here. What we teach here is to control self first. And AI, what happens is if we put too much dependency on that, that is going to control us. That's why there's this whole struggle between that Altman guy, Sam Altman and Elon Musk.
I don't know who Sam Altman.
There was some shit that came out during the inauguration.
Okay.
You know, after Elon did his little
What does he do?
fucking
What does Sam
white
Altman do?
he created OpenAI,
Okay.
I believe.
So
Yeah.
he's another computer guy.
Yeah, he's a competitor to Musk
Okay.
and Zuckerberg. And that was another thing that I might just out of the blue, I'm just gonna comment on that shit. You know, is what a creepy collection of Hollywood figures and rich people at that inauguration.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Like,
Yeah.
hey dude, like if that shit doesn't like kind of make like kind of sound off some fucking signals, you know, like, hey, maybe you need to come in here and get a little bit more mindful and awareness of what the fuck's going on out there. Because that's our goal here, is to empower and actually teach, bring teaching back, applicable motor learning to where you're actually experiencing something. And that's what I wanted to say about maybe that comment that was out there on the reel, is that what I mean by learning is experiencing, because there's no better teacher than experience. And that's a fucking fact. You can't argue that shit. You learn something and it becomes part of you when you've experienced it. You can look it up all the fuck you want, but you can't tell me that looking it up and having just basic knowledge of it is equivalent to experiencing. You
That's
can't.
why jobs would rather hire somebody with experience than somebody who is straight out of college with a degree for it.
So that's what we're kicking over here with that. We figured we'd start off that. There's so much to fucking talk about that. And what we want to do at Combat Maquina is constantly, honestly, just spark the mind so that you start strategically using the shit around you. Because what's happening is if you don't and you depend on the shit around you, it will use you. And it will use you the fuck up until you're old and withered, and then they'll pass you on down the line. And the healthcare system, don't worry about that. The healthcare system, they're going to take good care of you.
Sure, another one.
Oh, they're going to be like this with the scripts. And then you don't have to give you a script for a script because that script is fucking you up over here. Anyways, it's a never-ending labyrinth. And what we're doing is we're just making shit simple. Why? Because we're simple-minded motherfuckers that really just want to stick to results and facts and truth. And again, my truth might not be your truth, but here's the thing is my truth, I'm willing to challenge my truth. I'm willing to push the envelope and I'm willing to push the limits on my truth. And I'm also open to where I'll change my fucking mind. Prove me wrong. I'll change my mind. That's the beauty of being open and mindful of stuff, is you're not shutting yourself off to anything and you're not judging it. You're opinionated just like everybody else, but the reality is everything has its angle of argument. I'm not here to argue. Yeah. I just want to confront what's actually happening. And if it wasn't happening, then why are we seeing it? Why are we experiencing it? Why are our kids experiencing it?
Mm-hmm.
Why are things happening the way they're happening then? So, little touch on that. We'll elaborate a little bit more in our next podcast. Also wanted to put out there, boxing season's coming up. What's up, man? What? I'm a passionate motherfucker. If you know me, and if you don't now, you know. Boxing season's coming, so we got Maquinita, Taylor Maquinita Becerra. We're hoping February 15th. What's the show, ma? Sacramento show? Yeah. Who's it for?
Capital Boxing.
Capital Boxing? All right. So February 15th, Sacramento, California, Capital Boxing. I'll get more info as we get in right now. Like I said, I'm just so focused in the present that I feel like information like that, we'll get it and we'll get it out to you guys, just giving you a heads up. She'll be fighting, she'll be starting her boxing career if somebody wants to fucking go. Esteban. El Guapo.
I'll get to finally.
Yeah, we're gonna get him back into competition. And March 8th, G1 Promotions over at the Stockton Civic Auditorium. Yeah.
See that place? I've
Yeah,
been there.
Marty Chima, the promoter, I've been working with. He's on it, man. He's out there and he's promoting the shit out of the show already,
Thing.
and we appreciate him for that. He's putting you out there, so we're officially letting you guys know that anything that we put out there on G1 Promotions, it's Esteban is going to be making his professional boxing debut. We figured, got tired of waiting around for a 125 MMA fight.
Yeah.
So we figured, let's get you in there. Let's get you some experience.
And it's nice to keep me active. I enjoy like when those seasons that we've had in the past where we just go.
Go. Yeah. So
it's fun.
And this being your first boxing match, where, how do you feel about not having to worry about people wanting to grab you? Want to take you down, because even the last motherfucker, and shout out to Miller, he's fighting Elizondo at VFS on February 22nd for a belt. But that motherfucker, the first thing he did when shit got hard was go to grab you. So
he wasn't gonna wrestle.
Said he wasn't gonna wrestle, and he wrestled. So
that's the game.
Yeah. So you looking forward to the fact that you can just throw your dang hands?
Yeah. I mean, they still clinch. They people still try to grab.
Yeah, but it's different in boxing.
Different.
It's a little different in boxing.
Yeah.
It's their tie-ups aren't as abrasive and as shit as the tie-ups in MMA.
Just a lockup to get some time to
get the ref in there. Yeah, get the ref in there to separate.
No, I'm stoked. It's definitely cool to see, or to not have to worry about the takedowns. Kind of it makes you a little more comfortable to throw things and want to try things.
Yeah. And move.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to go out there and putting on the show for the local folks at 209. So that's I'm excited to watch you, man. I'm excited to watch you. We've been working on our footwork and our distancing.
I have.
And the specifics of
boxing and certain.
And again, we're not getting into boxing
because we're boxers either.
We're getting into boxing to apply our style of combat.
I'm curious to see our style challenge boxers.
Yes, and we're all for the challenge the boxers are going to bring. You know, so there's no. Yeah, man. It's present.
Like we're gonna try to beat you at your own game.
That's it. Just like we did. We went in the Muay Thai community. We did that. You know, we go over to Pancration and we're gonna make you stand and bang.
Nothing against them either. We would like to see where we're at.
That's basically what our constant mission is. Our constant mission is to express and put our style of combat, our style of fitness, our approach to health and wellness, our mindset, man, our philosophies, because really what makes this place is what's between our ears. It's our expressions and our actions are just they're just a result of. And that's what we want to do. Is there's a lot of awesome positive shit out there on social media. The problem with it is it's trying to lure you into subscribing or influencing or following. We're not here to do that. If you follow us, we appreciate you guys. Anybody that follows us on social media, anybody that chimes in on our shit, man, hey, look, nothing but love and respect to you guys. All right.
Much appreciated.
Much appreciated. All right. But we're actually trying to hand out a little bit of knowledge, and we're trying to share with our fellow humans, man. Is that you can be a fucking badass and not be a douchebag. You can be a badass and not constantly try to bully people.
Yeah.
You can be a badass and be kind of nerdy and quiet.
Just be a better you.
Just be a better you, man. And anybody can be a fucking badass. Anybody. I don't give a shit. We're not judgmental. We don't label shit.
I think what stops a lot of people from trying to do things like that is they kind of worry a lot about what other people think about them.
Yeah, which we don't have an issue with that here.
Not at all.
We don't have an issue with that here. So also too, what after the March 8th, we're putting this out a little prematurely, but I mean they're making posters, I guess, that on March 22nd we finally,
Yay.
for all you motherfuckers in the
out.
Central Valley that are 125, we finally got a professional MMA 125 match for you. So best believe we are Maquina. We can box on the 8th, turn around on the 22nd in Washington, Vancouver, Washington, and turn around and fight a fucking prospect wrestler out of AT&T Portland at what's the show? What's the show again? Because I just saw the fucking poster. The Northwest Promotions.
Northwest Promotions.
Yeah, at what is it? Some clinch. I should be more informed about this shit. If I'm gonna make announcements,
Yeah, Northwest
Northwest
help me out, dude. Help me out.
Fight.
Clinch Fight Club. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that shit. But hey, look, that shows you how fucking down we are. But that also, oh yeah, the semi-main is what they said. The semi-main. I hadn't heard that. So yeah, semi-main. Again, that's what we do. Your whole fucking career has been co-main event, main event,
mains and main events.
and main event, and now it's semi-main.
Now it's a semi.
Yeah, because apparently,
This world. Leveling up.
Yeah, man, we're fucking ready to go. We're not, we're not all fucking talking hot air around here. We live in the present. We appreciate everybody that comes across. We even appreciate the hate and any kind of conflict or confrontation. Like, fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
It makes us stronger. It makes us more adaptable to shit. And I tell you what, that's what living is.
That's what living is.
That's what living is,
happening,
man.
and you allowing them to happen.
Allowing them to happen and going with the flow, or fighting it and making it harder on yourself. However you want to fucking do it. Like for us, it really doesn't fucking matter. We just want to continue to do what we're doing, and we want to bring you content that is fucking just got honest truth on our part. We're not just gonna sit here and we're not lying to you. And we're not attention whores, really. We're not attention whores. We a
complete opposite, actually.
It's taken me a while to be able to just fucking flow in front of a camera like this because I fucking stutter and, I have so many fucking thoughts inside of my head and they're in order, but it's a mad order that I know that for people right now that are just starting to get with the mindfulness, that are just starting to get with the self-awareness, I know it's fucking hard to take in. But Alpha Fit is my way of slowing shit down for people. So that's what I want somebody and anybody out there that's searching for answers in a certain endeavor or an area of your life is slow it the fuck down. Come back to the start.
And your thoughts go like at 1,000 miles an hour?
They go at a million miles an hour.
And has it always been like that since you were a kid?
You know what? It has. I tried to ignore it and keep it under wraps because I thought it made me weird.
Okay.
And it didn't. And that's why everywhere I've been in my life, I haven't really fit in. So that's where I just make my own shit.
Sure.
I don't really fit in. I don't really fit in at fight gyms. Why? Because I'm a little abrasive and I'm quiet. And then when I'm talking, I'm fucking all confrontational and fucking passionate. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, you can't fucking take that shit. I'll tell you what, I'll open my own shit and I'll do it. And I'll tell you what, credit to you and your determination.
Thank you.
But the fact that you can always be in a co-main event, main event, and you're a 1-3 MMA guy, and you come from this fucking nobody school, is to me, it says something about our character. It says something about our brand, and it says something about what the fuck we're all about.
That's what I was gonna say. Is with the training that we've done and the past experience of getting the co's and the mains, and from the very beginning. I started training, or with you started training me to basically look at myself as the main event, the co-main event. So even when I'm not the main event or the co-main event, in my own perspective of what I have to go out and do is I still see myself as the main event, and I have to prepare myself like I am the main event.
Well, that's how we guarantee that you're going to put on a show.
Yes.
And that's what we do here. We don't fill our roster up with a bunch of motherfuckers that say they want to fight. We don't do that shit. There's been more people that walk out of my fucking shop than people that stay.
Quite a bit.
You know, and I'm okay with that because all that meant was I ain't your cup of tea and I'm not going to help you get to where you think you want to get to. But I'll tell you what, if you came in and you fucking left, you got a little taste of the fucking truth.
People definitely leave and learn something.
And whether they want to accept it or not, it doesn't matter to me. You don't have to fucking give me credit for that shit. I don't give a fuck. All right. The reality is that I come straight off the cuff, straight, honest, whether you like it or not. And I'll do it because I really give a shit about you bettering yourself and succeeding.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And if you don't like it, then leave and don't come back. And if you want to talk shit and not follow me, that's okay. You know, the reality is as we evolve and progress as a people, motherfuckers like me are going to be needed because who's going to teach men to be men? And who's going to teach women to be strong? Teachers, people like me. So with that said, this was just going to be a short little podcast so we could test out the cameras and let you guys,
I got the angles.
yeah. And we're like, hey, what's up? We're not behind the table no more. So we'll be coming to you. I think we're going to try to come to you next week with a guest and probably a little bit more talking about our evolution. Because that's one thing.
Do you want to talk about the AI stuff for the next one?
Oh, well, we want to.
I have not looked that much into it, and I would like to.
Yeah, no, and that's honestly, we kind of dropped this one on you. So yeah, we're getting better at preparing for our podcasts and stuff like that because again, we want the content that we provide. We want it to be factual and accurate to our.
Which is tough because we're just dumb fighters.
And we're figuring it out like you, but that's the thing is we're okay with not knowing everything. You don't have to know everything. Nobody knows everything. Even the motherfuckers out there that are trying to take advantage of you, they don't know shit. They know what they know and they know how to do what they do. So we're going to stick to what we do. And with that said, AI, I think I made this comment this week. I believe I was texting and I said, you know, our phones can listen to us. Our computers can record us, all right? They can manipulate us, but what they can't do is they can't evolve for us. Remember that. Technology can do all this shit to fuck with you, but it can't control your evolution. It can't control how you decide to learn, how you decide to proceed forward in your experiences and your present. Remember that, all right? Go ahead.
I remember
you're gonna fucking cut me off, fool. I was gonna be like, hold on, it was some good shit I was about to say.
It was about the phones listening to you. And I remember when people first started saying that phones were listening to you, it was like, oh no, you're crazy. What are you talking about? That's the government can't do that. Now it's like everybody's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's listening to me.
Yeah,
it's sending me the shit that I want. Dude, no, it's sending me a bunch of bullshit.
It's like
I'll tell you what,
accepted fact now.
Anybody that kind of like tries to contact us on social media too, I fucking use social media extremely sporadically. You know, I might fucking I just might want to go look at something that I saved and then I'm off of it. And then maybe I'll watch reels for like 30 minutes and shit. And then it's like, oh fuck, it's been 30 minutes. And I throw the fucking phone. I literally throw the motherfucker, right? Like
how you can get stuck on those little cycles and just.
And for a second there, I feel like a fucking straight dum-dum.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck. Hey, but I'll tell you what, that's what it takes. It takes coherence and it takes presence.
Yeah. You gotta put the bottle down.
Don't let it fucking hypnotize. See, because that's the thing about hypnotism. You don't realize you're being hypnotized.
Has anybody ever tried to hypnotize you?
I'd probably fight with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've seen that where these little hypnosis dudes call people out. When
I went to school, there was they had an assembly. And they had like a hypnotist and they lined up people and they did a whole like crowd hypnotism. And some of the people in the crowd did do some silly stuff. I think they started dancing or something.
Yeah, they started doing like
I tried it. I tried to believe and see if it could happen to me. And
and then it probably wouldn't. I think honestly, I stay away from it only because what would compel me to have somebody have more control over myself
Right.
than me. So right there, that's a
Yeah.
big turnoff
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Like that sounds stupid. Like
Yeah.
give
No,
that
that-
shit to somebody that's just goofily going
Uh-huh.
into it. So no, plus I'm extremely cynical. So as a cynical human being, you know,
as well.
it probably won't work.
Yeah.
But again, you know, I'm not willing to give up control like that. You know, now that I realized the amount of empowered control I have inside of me,
Mhm.
I'm not willing to negotiate that with
No.
anybody or,
So you
or
wouldn't
give it
get
up.
those chip implants?
I tell you what, hey, and we'll share with you more is motherfucking Elon came out and straight up said that AI, humans can no longer teach AI shit. AI is evolving on its own. So anybody that hasn't watched the Terminator and shit,
We don't know anything.
any fucking paranoid motherfuckers out there, go watch the Terminator. Hey, that's how it starts.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, that's how it starts. So I tell you what, I'm ready to fuck up androids, fucking loudmouths, disrespectful motherfuckers, whatever. Hey, I don't give a shit, right? I'm gonna stand for what I believe in. I'm gonna stand on my business, and I'm gonna stand up for my people. With that said, got anything, bro?
No.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, man. Stay strong.